Hi, everybody. Welcome in. What the fuck? That's all I have to say. Everybody, thank you, everyone, so much for the gifts, subs, bits, everything like that. Jesus Christ. We're... Okay. Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you very much. But I want to say, hey, everybody, we got a lot to get through in a short time to get there. So we're going to be starting off first. We're going to say hello to everybody. Welcome in. This is the first community one-shot where we did a raffle. These wonderful people were the ones who were able to... No, it shouldn't be funny. I worked really hard to level it out. Lady Mistella, is it funny? Guys, do I sound funny?
No, your mic sounds fine on our end.
Yeah. You sound fine to me.
Sounds fine to me, but I don't know.
Deep fried
on the
grim?
stream.
What?
Is it my stream? I hope
Maybe.
not. Blame the imp. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. It's fuzzy. God, piece of shit. 1 second. Let me check my stream. No, genuinely, this shit pisses me off. I spent all day leveling this shit out. Let me hear my voice. Pisses me off. I spent all day leveling this shit out. Let me hear my voice. Pisses me off. I spent all day leveling this shit out. Let me hear my voice. Pisses me off. I spent all day leveling this shit out. Cool. Let me hear my voice. Pisses me off. I spent all day leveling this shit out.
Wait, can they hear us right now?
Yeah, everybody can hear that. Echo Grim has no fuzz. Cool. It's cool. Yeah, this is fine. 1 second, I guess. I'll double check and see what this is doing. My microphone. I have everything there. I honestly don't know. So you know what? It's fine. If the audio is shit, I guess my audio is shit. My microphone going forward will be absolute hot trash. And that's fine, I guess. I don't fucking know. I spent an hour dealing with this shit today, so
that's super fucking weird.
Yeah. Nixter, hello. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna ignore this stuff. I apologize if the audio is bad. I don't know why it's a little bit fuzzy. Like I said, I dial it in. Everybody, thank you for the gift subs, thank you for the videos, everything like that. Fuck, whatever. We're here to do the one shot, and that's the main thing. I want to welcome in everybody. We have Danny, don't you know, playing Igori. We have Cost playing Nevin. We have Paige playing Rue. We have a Dragon Cat playing Yennefer. And then, I'm sorry, Guliana, she's muted because of her dog right now. Althea is, I believe, the name of her character. We're gonna go through all that stuff a little bit later on, but just getting the hellos, everybody, welcome out of the way, everything like that. But if everybody is good to go, we are going to kick this off. Everybody good to go?
100%.
Oh, we aren't, because I forgot to send you all one thing. Professional.
Oh no.
Professional. No, it's an easy thing. Post a room, copy room link, all of you wonderful people here in the chat right here. Click on that RPG Sounds link, and that'll get you to the music room for the music tonight.
Where is it?
So if you click in Grimmin Live, you can see the little in the top left-hand corner show chat, top right-hand corner show chat. There'll be a link to the RPG Sounds. Actually, you know what? I'll just make this even easier. I'll post it into our Discord channel we have right there. Click on that.
Ooh,
that'll bring
awesome.
you in the room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was teaching everybody. Just click it, and when I hit the music, you'll all hear it.
This is
Do I
gonna
click
be
start
awesome.
listening?
Yep, just hit start listening. I'll start the intro music, and you should all hear the music start to play.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's a little sound.
There we go.
Oh, I love it.
For the bitchy Jamie. All right, we're gonna get this started. Close that stuff. I don't need anything of that. All right. I love how you can be super prepared and then everything just falls to shit, especially when you ever find out your mic sounds like shit. Okay. So we start you off with the information to the backdrop. Your group have been tasked by Gandar Nozlek, the leader of the Handyman's Guild. A short gnomish man with auburn hair and with streaks of white starting to come through. He keeps his hair slicked back and his beard well maintained. He wears dark blue buttoned up vest and nice black trousers. He's less of an adventurer and now more of a pencil pusher. He has tasked your group to travel to the coastal town of Lost Ravel, where you will be escorting their client, Eloise Tandon, back with her newest invention, a suit capable of exploring underwater for extended periods of time without the assistance of air tubes. A new age wonder. Gandars believes that this will revolutionize sea exploration and is covering the cost of sending you all on this mission as a personal favor to Eloise and to gain a little favor of their own later on. You all find yourselves currently sitting in a wagon just on the outskirts of the coastal town of Lost Ravel. To start it off, we'll go by how it shows up down below. Guliana, if you're there, could you describe what we see as sitting in the wagon? Might still be dealing with the puppers, so we'll go with Danny.
Igori is sitting.
Jesse, you're muted.
Am I muted?
No, you're good, Danny.
Oh, okay. Igori is sitting on the far near to the entrance of the wagon, and what seems to be in his hand is a very tiny looking tree frog as he's going ribbit to it as if to be talking to it like some madman. And he inspects the wagon and the people around it. He's not fairly common to have company that isn't animals, but he's very intrigued by the fact that his fellow adventurers are indeed animal-like. So he feels quite comfortable, but he just keeps watching them as he talks to this tree frog that sits in the palm of his hand, making these strange croaking noises, admiring the scenery as they pass along in the wagon.
Next up, Cost as Nevin.
Yeah, so Nevin is a herringon rabbit person, about 5 feet tall, kind of gray fur, one ear kind of tattered. Yeah, you see him kind of, one hand on his rapier, ready, just kind of keeping a watchful eye out as they travel.
Next with Paige as Rue.
Rue is just sitting in the wagon, just looking around, taking in the scenery, kind of keeping to herself. Every so often kind of glancing at Igori and watching the tree frog, but like not really paying much attention to any other specific thing, just kind of taking it all in.
All right. Next off, Dragon Cat.
Yennefer is wandering around looking at everything except what she should actually be looking at, and doing everything except what she should actually be doing.
All right. And Juliana, if you're back.
I am back. As for Alethea, you see an over 6 foot tall humanoid lioness with golden flowing hair that looks like it's a mane, sky blue eyes with a flowing cloak to match that has stars embroidered on the back. Proudly she bears the flaming red symbol of Korak, and her eyes are either looking to the stars or fussing with like either some tarot cards, bones, or crystal ball, whatever's in her pockets at the time, just almost like staring at it, like trying to glean some meaning from whatever's around her.
Wonderful. You're all sitting in the back of this wagon as the man that was hired by the Handyman Guild is driving the wagon for you to your destination. You've all been traveling close to about a week at this point. So you've had time to talk, introduce yourselves, get to know each other a little bit more. Welcome in, Raiders. But as the wagon crests over the edge of the hill, you see a winding road leading downwards towards a picturesque coastal town. The buildings mostly seem to be made of white stone, and the roofs an orangish tile, seeming to be clay. Small fishing boats litter the docks, and the ocean view seems to go on forever unobstructed. As you crest down in through the town, you travel through cobblestone streets, the sea breeze a welcome refreshment from the harsh Safar summer heat. Children laugh and play with little care throughout the town, and the people here seem to be very warm and welcoming to your new faces. You see a local pub called the Open Oyster, which seems to be packed with locals and sailors alike. Many streamers fill the streets with pictures of the Tulamine moon, the large glowing blue moon that appears every 9 days, signifying the rift between this and the Fey realm starting to diminish. As you weave through and fro through the streets, your wagon driver informs you, "Oh, we're right up here, Miss Eloise's estate." You drive up to a 2-story home that has been well maintained, and a large metal door with copper features accenting all throughout. You see that the main door is a heavy steel door with an intricate design of an octopus holding a ring that seems to act as the knocker. "All right, I'm going to be holding up at the local tavern for the next 2 or 3 days. You can find me down at the Sleeping Sailor. If whenever you're done, you just gotta stop on by and you're ready to escort Miss Eloise, I'll follow suit behind you all."
Fantastic. I can't wait. I need to stretch my legs. Igori
It-
happily hops out of the car.
Follow after him and just stretch. Yes, it's good to be walking again. Not used to this carriage life.
Rue gets up and gets out of the wagon, nodding towards the driver and following Igori.
And Nevin likewise hops out of the wagon.
And if everybody hops out of the wagon, you find yourself in front of the manor door of Eloise. The knocker hanging there, even though a little bit larger of a building compared to the rest, is not that of a noble or even a high-class upperman, but just seems to be someone with either some type of family wealth or a little more well-off with the size and design of their home.
Igori is gonna happily stride ahead towards this person and the door and just be like, "Greetings, you're a tall one." And he's just gonna stare up at the knocker because he's only about 4 feet tall. And even as he tries to like outstretch with his little arms, he can't do it.
Nevin will give him a little help and use the knocker.
Nevin, with your passive perception, as soon as you start to lift up Igori to the knocker, you hear inside, though very faint, but you can tell off in the distance, there seems to be like a little bit of clattering, someone yelling, a little bit of a murmured, slightly feminine voice far off. Doesn't seem to be of, how would you say, like in danger or under duress, but just upset. What do you all do?
Hello? Oh, sorry.
Well, with
Can you
the
hear me still?
yeah,
Okay, sorry. It just kind of cut out there for a second. Sorry.
but as Igori is assisted with the help of one of his tall companions, oblivious to what's going on inside, he's just gonna go ham on the knocker because he has no manners whatsoever. He's just gonna go boom, 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 boom on the on the knocker to announce his arrival. It is I, Igori.
Can I hear what the voice is saying? Like, um,
You could roll me a perception check. For sure.
yes, sure. Let's see.
With a 17, you do hear the feminine voice going, it's all ruined. Everything is just ruined at this point. What are we ever going to do? Like, just don't. And starts to, like, you hear clink, 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 as like things are thrown off in the distance. And as you're, maybe, do you have like your ear up to the door?
Yeah.
All right. And as your ear is pressed up against the door, it starts to push open, and you and Igori, for like a quite second, almost slightly fall through the door, but catch yourself because you have pretty good balance. And you are greeted by a very elderly old man with sun-kissed skin and a red-tipped nose, like he's been out without any type of protection for quite some time. Though he is wearing very nice attire, a button-up vest, nicely well-tailored trousers, you can see he doesn't seem to take care of himself, as everything's wrinkled, untucked, with multiple stains. Yes, hello. How may I assist you all? Welcome, of course, to the Tandon Manor. What seems to be your business?
Tandon Manor, more like Tan Manor. You look like a piece of jerky.
Oh, that's quite rude.
Igori,
just
hush.
If you just come to insult a withery old man, well then,
No,
I would wish you good day. And he starts to close the door.
No, don't close the door. I'll put my hands on the door.
Yeah, Rue was also gonna put her hands on the door.
No, you
both
sorry, go ahead, Grim.
No, as you both put your hands on the door, you can tell he's a very, very weak old man. As you just slightly push against, he's like, oh, and gets pushed back with the door just slightly.
Please forgive our companions. Bold opinion.
We've come here to help.
Oh, well, what type of help are you offering? We, yes, the upstairs latrine. We did ask for a repairman. If you take 2 steps on the left and up and at the end of the hall.
No. Where's Eloise? Where do you hide her? We're looking for her.
Oh, the lady of the house. Ah, yes. Well, oh, are you the adventurers who I don't know what's happening. Are you all the adventurers here who were looking to? Oh, are you all the ones sent to escort her?
Why, of course we are. We are here to help Eloise with her greatness. Do a very flourishing bow to him. Can you not see how magnificent we are?
Oh, yes. Oh, please. Good. This is actually perfect timing. You're just what we need. Come. Please, hurry. And he slowly starts to shuffle through the manor.
I'm shuffling behind him. Shuffle.
Igori's that short, his footsteps are probably in sync with his shuffling to begin with.
I'll shuffle with you. I'll go at your pace. Shuffle.
Nevin also shuffles.
It's become a shuffle party at this point. Rue's just joining in on this.
Yes, shuffle party.
The amount of
And
static electricity being built up right now.
Oh no!
You hear all the feet up against the floor as you go through the hallways. You all start to notice, while the outside is very well maintained and shows a modicum of wealth, you can see that the rooms you're traveling through seem to be quite bare. Very minimal furniture. The seating, not as luxurious as you would have expected seeing the outside. While the outside of the manor seems to put on a facade, You can tell walking through, either they've hit hard times or they are very minimalistic people. And as you travel through further and further, you hear the loud banging and the clattering getting louder, and the disgruntled grunts. And you will see as you enter in through one of the back rooms with a large bay window, a desk just absolutely filled with papers and different type of symbology, and you see different metal contraptions, suits of armor, all scattered throughout the room. No rhyme, no reason, nor organization. You see a woman standing. I'll show it to all of you. This woman
Ooh.
here, standing about 6'2", very well built, with a blacksmith apron on top of her, very simplistic white top and brown leather pants. Seems to have a scowl along her face and is sweating quite profusely as she's looking through her papers, throws them up in the air, falls back into her chair, and just lets out a exasperated sigh.
Are you all right? You seem unwell. Never fear, we will take care of your sorrows. How can we help?
I'm sorry, I introductions haven't been made. Who exactly are you all?
Well, we were sent here by Gander to help you. Of course, you've heard of me. I am Alethea the Magnificent, at your service. And these are my esteemed companions. And I hold up my hands so everyone can introduce themselves.
Igor is just currently... Go on, Cost.
No, you.
I was just going to say, Igori's shuffled on slightly ahead, closer to this woman, and he's just staring at her completely awed and wide eye. And he's just, as always, he's just going to be like, he is currently infatuated. He's just like, my, you're a tall one. And he's going to start fumbling his words as he tries to introduce himself. He's just, I'm Holgard. I am Igori. I am a renowned, famous wizard with magical abilities you have never seen. And he's just going to start ruffling the back of his white head, and just in the back of his jacket, you just hear a loud from the tree frog from earlier.
Oh, you're all the ones. Oh, yeah. The ones who were supposed to escort me back to the capital, right?
Yes, of course. That's why we're here. We will be the best escorts you've ever had and ever will have in your whole life.
Rubs her forehead. I'm so sorry. Sadly, it looks like those services are not going to be required anymore. My pride and joy in my invention that going to put me on the map once again. It was stolen in the night by some thieves. Sadly, I don't have the time or resources to make another one before the grand showcase in the capital. It just seems cursed. The family just keeps going.
While all this is going on, like, Rue's paying attention to what she's saying, but she's also like kind of subtly checking Eloise out, very subtly, or trying to be subtle about it, and then like kind of like shakes her head for a minute and like snaps out of it and goes, "It was stolen. When was this?"
Last night, like I said, we didn't hear anybody come through, and like we don't understand. The lock wasn't broken or anything like that. It's just they came in, they took it, and they just made off through the night. We called the local guards to investigate, try and figure it out. But one, it could take them weeks to try and figure out who it is, and the fact that they're all dealing with all the Fey-blooded, that they're all running wild with the Tulamine Moon just a couple days away. You know, they all get riled up. That Fey-blooded starts to boil when well, yeah.
So the lock wasn't broken, you said? No force of entry that you saw or anything?
As far as I could tell, you all aren't any type of investigators or anything like that, are you?
Well, Igori has a theory that perhaps magic was involved.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Was anything else
Say
missing, or
like
was it? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
say Nevin has kind of a somewhat of an experience of thefts and such things. So he's very interested in this.
Here's the thing. You all were hired to escort me, and if you can help me get it back, if you can find out who took it, I'll pay you. Well, he said this was covered by the handyman's guild, but I'll pay you personally if you can all hunt this down. And if we can get it back quickly, then we can still make it time for the exposition.
Of course. I hate
My
thieves.
thoughts exactly.
There we go.
But if you don't want us to do the job and you need other services, there's other things I can do. He just looks at this old woman.
Roll me just a general charisma check.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm a little. Maybe another time, maybe another place, maybe a little five more feet. We could talk at another time, but currently I'm just too distracted with to even think of other type of services. But
Oh my god.
I just looked at chat. No.
That's the downfall.
she looks at you and sees a little like sparkle in your eye and your tree. Oh, is that a Gavalen tree fog?
Oh,
Why? Yes, it is. This is Ribbert. As he beckons the little frog out of his hood as it scurries
my.
down his arm into
I
the
heard
palm of his hand.
you have to have quite nimble fingers to catch one of those frogs. If y'all don't mind, maybe looking around and seeing if you can find anything we might have missed in the workshop. If the well doesn't run dry, I think I got one or two things you can use those fingers around here to look at.
Oh my! Igori's just gone immediately red, like bright tomato red. He is just steam coming out of the ears, like the old school cartoons, just boom, 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 just.
oh my gosh. This is fucking amazing.
Why? Yes, I can do many things. I'm very nimble. I'm very quick, but I can also be slow and steady when I need to be.
Well, kind of takes one of her papers, fans a little bit. Well, that's another business we have to look into at this very moment. But kind of lingers for a moment, watching you. Another time, we'll after maybe all this is said and done.
You had mentioned a workshop. Can we go perhaps see that?
Yeah. What are you actually casting that, Juliana?
No, I was just trying to pull up the spell. I might be,
Okay.
and I didn't mean to put in chat. I clicked the wrong button.
Yes. No. Of course. If you can all actually follow me, and she'll lead you through where she was located was actually the back of the house, and she brings you through another door. You see a little bit roughly maintained yard where it could definitely use a little bit more weeding. The stonework leading up to this workshop in the back. The stonework needs a little bit more refining, but it's still a very well-built area. And I will bring you down to Eloise's workshop.
Ooh.
Change the music. Eloise stands in front of you all. All right. I'm a builder. I'm an inventor. I'm a crafter. And sadly, the butler, friend of the family, he's not, well, not all there anymore currently. His eyes have gone. His hearing's not much it used to be. But when my mom and pa died, well, he was left to me, and he's still as much of a family member as anybody else. You should all see yourself down there on the map.
I do.
Yep.
As Igor is walking along, he's gonna just like take a look around, just to see if he can notice anything. Maybe there was like some footsteps, maybe some scuffed flowers, some grass, anything that might seem out of place.
Okay. You can roll me a perception check as you're trying to just perceive any type of disturbances of footprints or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
With a 6, you're looking around and you can see that where these windows are right now. Did I not turn on the? I didn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, save. You can see the windows here. They have bars going all the way up vertically and horizontally. Very well guarded. And you can see there is no signs of like a windows being broken, bars being bent, anything like that in the general area you are. You don't even see any type of footprints where it may show that someone was creeping around the building. It's been a pretty hot summer, so the ground is a little bit hard. So if there were people walking around leaving footprints or anything like that, they may have started to diminish with the bright sun day.
Igor's just gonna scratch his chin and be like, interesting, as he continues to follow.
Did she mention if anything else was stolen, or was it just the suit of armor?
As far as I can tell, it's very odd. The only thing that was taken was, in fact, my diving suit.
I said the diving suit. Where was it? Where was it? Where did you last see it in here?
Yeah, if you all follow me, I'll show you exactly where. And she starts to point stuff out for you. You can see, and she points over here. The chain wasn't bent, it wasn't snapped. The keypad, in fact, it wasn't broken off or anything like that. That's why we were confused. There was no sign of like forced entry.
As Igor suspected, I still believe magic was afoot here.
Well, we aren't very well known for being a magical type of town, so I'd be really surprised. She opens up the front door for both of you. Takes this large barn door, like heavy metal door, and slides it. And you can see, even with her being how large and muscular she is, you can see like the force as she rolls it aside.
Was the suit's existence common knowledge, or a rather more guarded secret? Like,
well, yes and no. Like everybody knows, I'm an intrepid inventor around here, and some people around town they knew what exactly I was working on, but many people knew I was very excited, saying our town's not very big, so I let people know that I was working on something that could help with underwater exploration, and I had some backers who flipped some of the bills for me and everything like that. So it's not detailed knowledge everywhere, but a lot of people talk in a small town, so to think that it was a secret, I'd be very surprised.
Is there any way to see if magic was used without using detect magic, or is there any like magic?
You can do an arcana if you want to see, like if you see there's any like because some magics take like items to use, everything like that. You can roll me an arcana if you'd like. Jennifer, what are you doing over there?
I'll roll for arcana as well, actually.
Okay.
Now that we're inside, can I roll perception just to see if I notice like footprints or anything disturbed inside?
Yeah, and I'll give you a quick description as one person has ran all the way around the the interior. So in this area over here, let me just ping on the map. You see that there is this large, heavy platform. Yep.
Sorry, but everyone else has managed to move themselves inside, and I'm not sure how to do it.
Oh,
You can just drag yourself or use your directional keys.
Okay, someone is dragging me.
I did that. You should be able to do it yourself. If not, I'll throw you back on the map. Give me 1 sec. Bam.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. I just
Nope.
it's a neutral T.
Can you move yourself now? So you can either click on your token and use the arrow keys, or you can just hold left click and drag yourself to the next space. So use the arrow select tool at the very top, not the ruler. Sorry, but using Roll20 for the first time for some people. So at the very top, you'll see a little arrow on the left-hand side. Do you see it there, Cost?
Yes. Like
And
the
then you should
select
be-
arrow?
Yep. And then just select your character, and you can
Yep.
either use the directional pad on your keyboard, or you can just drag yourself, holding left click.
Yeah, I can't select myself.
Let me check that I have you as you're supposed to. Cost Warrior, watch. Yep, you are on there. Let me go like this. Let me double check this. Nevin. There you go.
Hey, there we go.
Yep. All right. There we are. So in
Maybe.
this area right
Yeah.
here, so points of interest right here, you have the chain with the lock and lock pad. Over here, you have a platform with about 4 or 5 large chains hanging from the ceiling. You see the large anvil with some a large forge with that's still roaring. The old anvil looks like a workshop type area, and over here you see many type of schematic type drawings and old inventions or things she's currently working on. Very well crafted, all piled up on these shelves. Just an abundance of different type of items and inventions. And sorry, I'm just remembering everybody's names. Starmane, you said you wanted to do a perception check to look around.
Yes. I'll go ahead and roll that. I just
Yep.
click on
And
it,
with
right?
the Arcana check, you don't see any residual items that may have been used as material components for casting magic.
Whoever did this must have been some kind of expert thief. As he takes a step inside after his little investigation check. And my, what an impressive workshop.
And it may have been done already, sorry, but could I also look around for any kind of break-in signs or anything like that?
Yeah, you can definitely roll me a perception check. Or an investigation, if you'd like. And Starmane, as you're looking around, you see right in this area here, it looks like signs of scratch marks, as if something very heavy was being dragged
Okay.
towards the door.
Is that, does she point out, like, is that where it was last seen?
This was where it was. She said, informs and points over. That was where she had the suit hanging.
Okay. Are there any scratch marks where the suit was hanging?
From where the suit was hanging, heading towards
Yes.
the door.
Okay. And, like, no accompanying footprints, just the scratch marks?
Yes, the scratch marks. So you can tell with the size of it, because there is such heavy scratch marks, either 2 people would have had to taken this, or someone very large.
Okay.
And
We have scratch marks on the ground. It took looks 1 or 2 people who dragged it from here to the doors. So someone got inside somehow. Just to this very spot and dragged it out.
that's why I had it hanging there to work on it. Too many heavy parts. I just couldn't work with it. Just by myself. I had to take piece by piece to work on it. The suit itself, it's meant for underwater, so a little bit of buoyancy to help it. Walking on land, it wouldn't work like any type of normal suit of armor.
Right.
And Nevin, as you're looking around out there, something very interesting for you. You're looking around, and with a high perception, you see two things when you're looking around. One, the chain, not broken, not bent, not forced of any kind. And you even look at the lockpicking, kind of like with your background, you look at it. It's a standardized lock, nothing too overly intricate, but still a very heavy duty lock. You don't see any type of scratch marks on it, or like someone picking at it with a knife or a dagger. Whoever, it looks like someone used some type of lock picking kit to jimmy this lock. The other thing you notice with your 18, you see wagon wheels of a cart heading off back around the manor and out. The sun has started to harden the ground, and they're barely noticeable, the wagon tracks, but you know that it was some type of cart. And you can tell by the thickness of the wheels, this isn't a wagon that would be for long distances. It must have been some type of local, either delivery cart or just a wagon that does shipments or anything like that. It wouldn't be something that would go very far away outside of town, mostly meant for stone roads.
And Nevin would for sure convey that to the rest of the group.
What news do you have us for my long-eared fellow? Zagori turns to poke his head out the door at Nevin.
So yeah, clearly they didn't brute force entry. Either they had like a spare key, or perhaps the lock picked their way in, and they can't have gone very far based on the type of vehicle they used.
Well, it couldn't have been someone with a spare key. I'm the only one who has a key to that lock in my workshop. And you'll see she pulls a key from around her neck, outside from under her tunic. It's on me at all times. So someone must have been able to pick the lock. I don't know who, but it definitely wasn't with any type of key. This is the only one there is.
Igori has believed he has solved the mystery. As he's gonna just immediately take the credit for Nevin's investigation work as he takes a step towards the door. He's gonna point towards the chain and lock, and then towards the wagon wheels, the track mark, sorry. And he's gonna be like, there was a small group of thieves that knew about your project. One of them was very skilled at lockpicking, and through joint effort, they managed to cleanly open the lock and enter your workshop before struggling, obviously by the scratch marks, to get the suit outside and into the wagon, evident by these track marks, which means it's not too far. They couldn't have gone too far. It'll be an easy case to solve. God, I'm brilliant.
Can I roll something to see if I find anything during all of this running around that I've been doing inside the workshop?
Yeah, you can roll me either an investigation or a perception check. Which reminds you, you all do currently have advantage on one of your rolls if you would like to use it.
Woo.
Okay, how do I roll perception?
You would just go on your character sheet, and where the skill says perception, you just click on the word perception.
That do a thing?
Yep.
Oh, maybe?
Did you use your advantage?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
so
know.
You're just going to stick with the 5th. No, it's up to you if you wanted to use your advantage or not. Because with your advantage, you would have got 21. Normal, you got 15.
15 is fine.
Okay. Where exactly were you looking around first? Because you ran all the way around where were you, like, were you trying to perceive around here?
Well, I mean, Yennefer is just kind of like running around all over the inside of the workshop, jumping up on all of the countertops and anything else she can get on top of, and like sticking her paws into anything she can poke them into. So I don't know, like are there
I'll let
is
you
there
decide. You
anything
can
like
choose
odd
between
or
here
cool?
and here. Where do you want to use that roll?
Definitely over here.
Okay. So as you are running around, jumping on all the shelvings, everything like that, two things are going to pop out to you with your 15. One, it's odd that these people who stole the suit didn't steal any of the other items over here, because there are many intricate inventions. There are some very well crafted runic work over here that all of these things, if you took them, they could still sell for a very high price. The other thing you notice is when you're jumping around, you kind of scurry under one of the shelves, sticking your head deep underneath. You find a half smoking cigarette. And it looks like on the back end, there is a halfway burnt off labeling that looks like a shell.
Like a shell on the outside of the cigarette, or like a shell from a shotgun?
No, so like it's a cigarette, and then they have that band around it for, some people they brand their cigars, right, by putting a band around the cigar. The band, there is a drawing
Oh.
of like a shell that's halfway burnt off. You can't see exactly what type of shell it is, unless you want to like investigate further. But right now, as it is half burned off, it looks like kind of a symbol of a shell on the band of the cigar.
Like a seashell of some type?
Yep, yep,
Okay. Can I roll investigation to see if I can get any more information?
for sure. With a 0, yeah, it's a half, very burnt, very roughly drawn picture of a shell.
I'm a ginger tabaxi. I'm not very bright.
Oh, go ahead.
Over in the corner of the workshop, you hear Yennefer go, "Oh!" And then she runs over into the corner and starts batting something around.
Did you find something, Yennefer? Besides string.
Mine! You can't have it. I found it. It's mine.
What, I don't want it, but why don't you share with us your find and we will applaud you how great it is. What did you find?
Yennefer will kind of side-eye the rest of the party and come over really slowly and then hold up the thing that she found, and be like, "It was under the shelves."
Uh,
And Rue,
Uh,
before all of this, what were you wanting to do?
Oh, Rue looks over at Eloise and says, Do you have any inclination of anyone who might be wanting to take it? Any
No,
enemies?
no, I don't have any enemies in town. I think I'm pretty well liked. Maybe some of my investors may want it, but everybody's pretty. They all know it's not completely finished, and without being it demonstrated and at the expo, it's kind of worthless at this point. So I don't think any of them would want to steal it. I'm actually quite confused of who would want to take it.
Well, that's
We're
good.
here for money.
That's good to know. And she reaches out and takes Eloise's hand and like holds it like basically Eloise's hand like on the palm of her hand and just goes, Don't worry, we'll figure it out. And she leans down and gives her a kiss on the top of her hand.
Gory turns green.
Fight me, bitch.
Thank you, and kind of pulls her hand out of the kiss awkwardly.
Igori quietly snickers into his jacket as he looks over at the cigarette that Yennefer is holding, By your complexion and your grace, milady, you don't look to be like a smoker. I don't see any smoker's lines or anything of the sort. Or
See, she kind of like covers her face quite slightly, a little more concerned about her complexion. Um, no, I'm actually, in fact, not a smoker of any means like that. The worst I get is my skin gets quite taut from always working at the forge. But no, I don't smoke. Neither does my houseman.
That's what I was about to ask as well, if anyone else did.
well, you don't have to worry about taut skin. Nothing a good massage can't help with. As he goes over towards Yennefer to see if he can take the cigarette from her, or at least get a better look at it, to notice the seashell symbol on it.
Yennefer is going to run away from him, and hopefully, if the DM lets me, jump on top of Eloise's shoulders.
What the hell is going on here? What type of adventures are you all?
I don't know who she is. I didn't realize we were babysitting.
Yennefer just does a cat perch on Eloise's shoulders and puts out her paw and holds the cigarette in front of her and says, "Do you know anyone who smokes?"
Like I said, no, many people around town smoke, but I don't. She kind of like looks at it closely. Let's see if she can look through all of that. Let's D20, 18. Yeah, this here, I had to take a gander. This looks like the symbol on here is an oyster, like yeah. I don't know if the open oyster in town, they they have branded cigars that they run for themselves, but oh, well, here's the thing. Everybody kind of knows of them, and they don't really cause harm in the town, but there is this group, a little bit of a rougher crowd. They're known as the Wave Riders. They I know they have a spot in the open oyster, and like I said, they've known of my invention. They have their pulse on everything in town. So if they were going to steal it, I assume they would have. I haven't had any. They haven't come up. They haven't interrupted my work. They haven't demanded anything from me. So to think that they would just steal it all of a sudden, I'd be surprised. But I guess thieves be thieves. A gander.
Weren't here for money. They didn't take anything else. You've got lots of good stuff over on those shelves. If I were a thief, I'd rob you blind.
But thankfully, she is not, so you have no fear of stuff being stolen from us.
Make sure you check our pockets before we leave.
These Wave Riders, are they're mercenaries? They're just thieves, petty thieves? What reputation do they have?
You know, mostly the best way to describe them, if you had to, be like brigands, piratery, and the such. They mostly don't steal from the town, but passing cargo, boats, everything like that, they steal from, and then they bring back to town. People know of them, but they, like I said, they don't really harm many people in the town. So, one, they pay the guards to turn a blind eye, and most people, because they don't steal from us directly as the residents, not many people really heed them too much mind.
Piracy, like they sail on ship?
Yeah, but they mostly sail on ships, as far as I know. That's I think. Well, that is how they got their name, the Wave Riders.
Okay.
Igori has a theory. If you'll spare a moment, Igori thinks that perhaps with your invention, they thought maybe it was complete. And with it being complete, you said you wanted to do underwater activities of sorts. Maybe they thought they could use it to further their game. Maybe they found some sort of treasure map and wanted to go to the bottom of the sea. and they thought, hey,
Oh,
we can
he
get
does
rich.
have a brain.
I am incredibly smart. I work everything. I even invented the question mark. He's trying to like flex his eyebrows a little bit, just give her a wink, just show his intelligence.
That's quite the theory. Quite the possibility.
Is there any rumors of underwater treasure nearby? Or sunken
Well,
ships?
there's been many actually. About 200 years ago or so, there was a huge naval battle. Many people lost their ships off to the shore. Partially of what our town is known for is we have salvagers who send down hooks, try and pull things up, kind of skimming the ocean floor. That's always been the kind of thing we do. But I haven't heard of any new shipwrecks being found or anything like that that would boost anybody's intrigue to a major find.
Hey, Grim, with my background, given like I traveled all around, would I have like
Mhm.
heard anything of like any stories of like a new shipwreck or a new like discovery underwater that could benefit pirates?
You can roll me a history check for sure.
Oh, okay.
In this area, you've been all around, but not really in this area. You've heard of new finds a little bit further to the west on the coast, but in this area, nothing has really jumped out to you of a new finds that like of major events that have been piquing people's interest.
Okay.
It's possible, and honestly, I would love. I'm concerned to go up there and confront them ourselves or anything like that, and I gotta try and either work on making this a more theoretical presentation to the exhibit, or just trying to hodgepodge something together over the next couple days. I don't really have the time to track this down, but you all seem pretty capable. You seem to be doing good on the investigation side. I didn't know it was half these things, as I've been just absolutely frazzle-brained in fear and worry. But if you all don't mind looking into this further, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Of course.
Jennifer
Lean on
pats
me,
her head.
lady.
You don't need
She-
to
as
be
you-
afraid. I'll protect you. And Yennefer sits up really proud and tall on her shoulders.
As soon as you pat her head, she picks you up and places you on the floor. Thank you.
Fear, Aletheia the Great and her magnificent companions, we all will be sure to bring back your suit. Never fear. You will have your glorious presentation. This I swear.
I greatly appreciate it. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? Look around anywhere? Anything?
Did anyone check the outside? Like I know we were checking the doors, but like did anyone like walk around the perimeter and search? And I know like we saw the track marks. I just wasn't sure if we looked anywhere else outside.
I think it was just around the front so far.
Okay. And did anyone look at the forge?
No.
No one checked the forge. You check this area here, and you check this area here.
Okay.
All right. Can I go check the forge?
Yeah, you can roll me another perception check if you like.
I'd like to.
13. As far as you can tell, looking around, you're like looking around, all of a sudden, kind of like a plume of smoke hits you in the face, and you kind of bat at your eyes, maybe sneeze a couple of times, and nothing really is popping out to you as you're kind of rubbing your eyes, walking away, not really seeing anything.
Yeah, you need to clean that.
Don't breathe in the fumes.
This is why don't do smoking. It hurts lungs.
But Igori's pretty content with the investigation so far, as he proudly, like I said, took Nevin's work and made made the deductions his own as the weasel that he is. And yeah, I believe we have our next destination. As he recalls the sights of the wagon trip, and mentions the tavern. So I believe if we're done
Also,
here,
You don't keep talking. Just give me 1 sec. I gotta check on the kid, but I can hear you.
over.
go ahead, Gus.
Oh no, you go. I will go after you're done.
And I believe we have our next destination in mind if we want to continue this investigation in search of the Sioux for our fair lady. Well, my fair lady.
As Igor is talking, Rue kind of like side eyes him for like half a second before going back to everything.
Her squint.
Great.
And Nevin commends Igori on his invention of the check mark or the question mark. Because yeah. Otherwise, how would you know
my God.
if someone is
Yennefer
asking
very,
a question
very
in French?
deliberately walks over to Eloise and starts cheek rubbing her leg.
Yeah.
I'll start like swishing my cape just back and forth while we're just sitting and talking. Maybe like strap movements.
Hey, do you all? Oh, yeah. Do you all? And kind of getting distracted. Do you all feel like staring down at the cat? Do you all feel like you feel pretty confident? Yeah, kicking her leg a little bit. That you could get my suit back. Because if so, I'll start packing for the trip.
Yes. Confident. 100% confident. We will not fail you. All right? Look to everybody for affirmation.
Agreed.
Igori just gives a shitty grin and a thumbs up as he's looking at his tall admirer.
Yennefer nods and then hugs Eloise's leg and
Nevin nods
looks
along confidently.
Igori dead in the eyes and just rubs her whole cheek along Eloise's leg like, ha, what you gonna do now?
Igori already knows what he'll be doing later. As that plays off in his head, unfazed.
Eloise picks up Yennefer, looks her in the face. I do not consent, and puts you back on the ground and walks away.
She only has eyes for Igori. As it's playing off in his head again. Suddenly church bells go off in his ears.
Oh my God.
All right, well, I'm gonna lock back up the workhouse. Is there anything else you all need before you head out? Like I said, the Open Oyster, it's rumored to be where the Wave Riders hang out, as far as I know. But no one either confirms or denies, like I said, because the guards are either paid off or just people don't really want to bother them because they don't bother us.
I think I'm confident. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Fear not, Igori always has a plan.
Yennefer squints.
All right, and get out. I'm gonna lock up.
I will get out.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Do I have some type of a backpack that I can put my cigarette butt in?
You have whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna stash it in my little stash bag.
She restrings up the chain, looks at the lock pad, kind of puts it in her pocket, seeing it's kind of useless. All right. Well, like I said, I'll gather up my things. I'll get ready. Pack up. I'll wait to hear from y'all, and I really do. Thank you so much for all this. This is my last work, and to think that it might just all be gone, I just can't bear to think of that.
It won't be gone. Yes. Just get ready for the presentation. We will have your suit in no time.
thanks again. I now see. I know that the handyman's guild is sometimes seen as a little bit of a joke, but I'm thinking otherwise right now.
Aw. Thank you. We give her a bow.
Igor is just staring up at her, just smile on his face, just like, ah, this is nice.
And can I roll to trip Igori and make him fall on his face?
As you walk through all that, you
Damn.
could definitely try and do that. I think it would be opposing acrobatics on this one here. Which Igori, your eyes are completely on Eloise, right?
Mm-hmm. He's just looking at just like.
So I'll give you disadvantage
have
on your
Igori's
acrobatics. Yeah, I'll give you disadvantage as you both all walk back through the manor. You'll have disadvantage on this check just because you aren't paying attention. You're 22.
Can I use my advantage?
To force it to be a straight roll.
Oh my
So
god.
roll one more time. Roll one more time.
Dun dun dun.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you can use your advantage, so just roll one more time for me. Because even with that, it'd be a straight roll. 9. Yeah, you didn't beat that 22.
Yeah.
So with it, you're sitting there, you're walking through, your eyes are aflutter, then all of a sudden you see a little, you don't even see it, and all of a sudden you careen over and slide into like a pile of her inventions that were in her office, and you all hear the of clutter of metal and steel just blanging everywhere as you see Igor fly into this pile of inventions.
Oh, this is interesting. Ow.
Rue kind of like looks, like watches the scene, like covers her hand, kind of just like snickers at him as he like falls.
Igor is not worried. His lady will come over and pick him up out of the trash.
Help Igori up.
As you both go over, Eloise goes over, picks up one of her inventions, dusts it off. Are you? Yeah, you're all right, and puts it back on the shelf.
Don't worry. Igori is sturdy. You don't have to worry about me, my dear.
Oh yeah. You're right. My apologies, and helps with Starmane lifting him up.
Igori's in fantasy land right now. He's being helped up by very two tall women. He's just like, this worked out better than expected.
I fucking can't.
But then he continues like nothing happened.
All right. That guides you further out through her manor, out the front door. All right. Well, keep me up to date on any and everything that you find. Just like I said, this is kind of my last hurrah. If this doesn't work out for me, I probably gonna have to sell everything, and then try to find work somewhere else. But I'm putting a big deal of faith in y'all, and I really do appreciate you. This isn't what you signed up for, but you're all going out of your way to try and help me find this, and I can't thank you enough.
No need for thanks. That will come later.
You are a very thirsty little man, and I'll tell you this: if you find that suit, we'll talk. But until then, just eye on the prize, please.
Don't worry, I have my eye on the prize right now.
If I had a squirt bottle, I'd spray it at you.
Yennefer hears the word spray bottle and immediately runs and hides behind the Leonin.
It's okay. I'll pat her head. It's okay. I will protect you from squirt bottle. Don't you fear. I'll cover her with my cloak.
Yennefer's just like, the pretty lady is mean.
I'm sure she'll like us more once we find her invention. Oh. Okay. And then we're gonna shuffle our way to the oyster, right? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, shuffle party.
Yes, we're back to shuffle party.
Huzzah.
So as you all head out the manor, back into the city streets. Once again, the city is a bustle, but really no one's in a hurry to go anywhere. It's just a very nice, quaint town. Not a village by any means. It has density to it. It has all the amenities that you'd want, just not in the amount that you would find in a more capital type city, or even just a larger one. The breeze from the ocean air is very nice as you walk through the streets until you finally approach the Open Oyster. The sign hanging out in front of an oyster shell and what looks like a small pearl in the mouth of it. Let me grab up that one there. But as you approach the front, you can see they have a large bay window with both of the, not a large bay window, but a large window with both of them wide open. And you can hear the music going. The place is bustling. People are going to and fro. The bartender is just serving drinks en masse. You see all types of people there. You see a little more refined. You see people who match more of like a merchant type line of work, sailors, just people from the village in general. No one seems to be in a rush to go anywhere. They're all enjoying, as right now you're probably about the midday, 1 o'clock. And it seems the lunch rush is in full swing. Everybody's cheering, having their drinks. And you can see that the furniture in here, the tables are very well crafted. But when you look up, you see there is a second floor that wraps around the lower area. And up there, you can see a little bit more of a plush seating and more well-crafted tables.
Okay. This is like a really, really nice tavern, or inn for like. So these are like really well-established pirates. I take it.
Oh, with it, the lower part, like I said, it's more. They paid to have more sturdy furniture. It's very well in that way, and you can see more commoner type folk down below.
Mm.
But you can see they have an upper floor, which people maybe either pay more to be up there or anything like that, which has more plush seating. The general floor in the middle is just kind of a standard inn, not inn, tavern you'd find that just is well maintained, but up top you can see is probably either where people have more private business meetings or a little bit more refined clientele who want to pay for that luxury.
Does there appear to be any kind of bouncer between like the main floor and the upper floor?
You see that where the upper floor is, it is right behind the bar. Right beside the bar, and the barman kind of keeps an eye on anybody who is looking to head in that direction. You see one man goes up, the bartender looks over at him, a grizzled old man with a very long but trimmed up beard, quite muscular for his age, kind of looks at him. The man flips him what looks to be about a silver coin, gives him a nod, and heads up.
So one more question, I guess. Would a cigar would that be something like more higher end that someone would buy, or like could you on the common, like the bottom floor, buy that? Like where would you find that kind of merchandise? Or would we
For what? What
for the
merchandise?
cigar?
Oh,
Where
you
would, like-
can, right where you're looking around, you don't see any intricacies on the tables where you are currently.
Okay.
Probably a good guess is might be for the more higher end clientele.
Okay.
Nevin will also advance towards the way up and flip the bartender a silver.
Okay. He looks at you, a little surprised as he's never seen you before, but doesn't ask questions. As you flip him a silver piece, he watches you as you walk upstairs. And as you see, the upstairs wraps all the way around the upper floor. There is a section that is closed off, more walled in, but everywhere else you can see down and around. You see about, well, it's not about, I can give you a map. Right here, the Open Oyster.
Okay. I'll
Can
I'm
everybody
gonna
see the
follow
map?
Devin. Yep.
Mhm.
I'll follow what Devin did and flip him a silver piece as well, and just walk up like, like this is completely natural. Of course I belong here.
Nah.
All right. So as Nevin, since you're the first one who heads up the stairs, can everybody see their tokens and everything?
Yeah.
Nevin, as you head up the stairs, lighting is on. Good. You'll see that there is this very large, burly Leonin man standing beside the only closed off area upstairs. Kind of gives you an eye as you're walking past. But if you keep on moving, he doesn't really heed you much mind for the moment. You can see these luxurious
Yeah,
seating all around up here. So you all would be heading up the stairs like this, and then wherever anybody is there. And Yennefer, do you pay any of the coins, or do you try to sneak up?
Yennefer just tosses them a silver coin.
Yep. So you would all be getting up there, up the stairwell. So as you all approach, you would see definitely that Leonin man standing there. Seems to be blocking the door.
Does he react? Yennefer just walked up to him. Does he react when Yennefer goes up?
Igori would take him rather than head up the stairs immediately. Igori is gonna go to the bar. To the barman knows everything in Igori's mind. He's read enough books and novels to be like, the barkeep always knows something, and he's gonna just make his way to the bar, like try to find a seat that's high enough, or pry himself up onto the bar to engage in conversation with this man.
Yeah, these ones have like those wooden screw stairs, so like you can keep spinning it, and it'll get higher and higher and higher and higher, and you can see the little threaded rod underneath that just starts to get shorter and shorter as it goes up higher at the top of it. And so as you sit down, it kind of sways back and forth a little bit because you have it probably as high as it can go.
Igori's just like, oh, and there we go. He kicks his
What
little
can I get
feet,
for
says,
their young blood?
I would like just a glass of water, and I was wondering if you could help me.
I can definitely see what I can do as I notice on the map what everybody else is doing. How can I help you? And he gives you the glass of water.
I am a renowned wizard, and I have recently come into a little bit of money, and I'm looking for services for people that could help me out at sea. There is apparently a powerful magical scroll that got lost in a shipwreck. But I don't have the crew nor the knowledge of these parts or the seas to acquire what I need. And being new to these parts, I was wondering if you had any knowledge or anyone that might know of who'd be willing to help for some coin.
Oh, well, if you're just looking for a standard crew, open invitation, Vessel Morrison probably be the best one to go. Captain Dolis runs that crew. If you're looking to be doing some sea splunking, and you have an eye on some sunken ship, well, then right there, that'd probably be the best one to go with. Or is this something you want to keep from prying eyes?
It's kind of something I need to keep on the down low, kind of like me. He like mentions his height as he tries to like motion that it's like it's gotta be secret.
Roll me a deception. Well, if you're one to keep it secret, and depending on the amount of coin you're willing to offer, well, I might know of somebody. How much are you looking to pay?
Well, they'll get offers on whatever other treasures we find down there, because it wouldn't simply just be the scroll. So I would be willing to give them the majority of the treasure that we find, as long as I get the scroll.
All right. And then he starts to talk to you longer, kind of going over the split, what you think might else be down there, everything like that. It turns less into just a cordial conversation and more of a business conversation. Everybody else up top, what are you doing around that door currently?
Yennefer runs up to the Leonin and says, "Hey,
So
is this
does
place
the
to get
guy
string?"
seem to move to block our passage, or does he respond
He's
to us?
right away, so he is kind of half and half. Like half of his body is leaned up against the wall, but you can definitely tell his butt is like pressed up against the handle so that people can't open the door. And I'm
Is this
sorry,
the
Yennefer,
place
you were
to get
saying?
string? Is this the place to get string?
No, this is not a place for string. I'm sorry if you
Are
don't
you
got business,
sure?
please. Yeah, I'm pretty
Because the
sure this
guy
is a
in an
place.
alleyway told me the best string was here.
I
Best
don't
string
know
in the
what.
whole town.
I don't know who's telling you this is a place for string, but this thing, a place for string, little kitty cat. So how about you just move along there?
String, 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 string. I need it.
I don't know if you're
And she
snorting this
opens up her
string, if you're
backpack,
tying up.
and
All
there's
right.
like piles of string in there. And then she closes. Do you understand? I need it. Need it.
I understand you might have a little bit of addiction. I've dealt with a lot of people who have addiction. You need to find help. We have a local doctor in town, Dr. Fenfar. If you go see him, he'll help you with that string problem, but you need to move along or this might get a little forceful.
They're talking. Can I try to like lean in against the door in perception, like what's happening on the other side? Just very nonchalantly.
I would have to roll stealth first on that one because you're all in this corridor where there's no one else currently except for all three of you. His butt is pushed against this door as the super tiny cat is just pestering him about string.
I mean, she's a great distraction. I take the opportunity.
Yennefer's just like, they're going string.
Into the topic of string addiction.
All right, I'll stealth.
With the 11, you kind of saunter up. You hear you're getting past him. The cat is distracting him with the talk of string, but all of a sudden as you push up against the door, you hear the clunk of your heavy metal armor kind of pushing up against the door as you try to lean your ear. Hey, seriously, if you don't got business here, then back off, okay? This is my job. I watch this door. Move along, or there's going to be problems, all right? Unless you got business, then please move along.
But I have business. My business is string. Said this was the best. Said it was here.
Are you
I
okay?
know I'm in the right place. I don't
No,
get
you're not.
lost. I know it was here.
Miss, I know what type of business. This is not a business. This is not a string business. All right. Please, all of you, you're making me rather uncomfortable. When I get uncomfortable, I get fisty. You're all kind of surrounding me right now, so please just back up.
Yennefer will take one step backwards and says, But string is the only kind of business that you would keep a secret like this. String is precious. Everyone wants the string. No one wants me to have the string. Need string.
All right. Hey. No.
Hey, no. Rue's gonna Rue's just kind of been standing there at this point, like Igori is, having his conversation. And she's just been standing there kind of. She's now wondering what's going on upstairs because it's kind of, it's been a minute, so she's gonna make her way up the stairs to see what commotion is going on up there. What have you all been doing? Seriously? And she's looking at Yennefer and Evan and Starmane. Everybody's
Glorious. What? Another one.
They won't let me in to buy the special string. I know it's here. They said it's here. But they won't let me in. Do they think I don't have money? I have money.
Hey, Yennefer, look at the string. Can't you see the man looks uncomfortable? Back up. All of you.
I'll try to wave my cape around sort of like a string to get Yennefer's attention to see if I can help her to back up.
Jennifer will back up one more step, but she's just staring intensely at this Leonin, going string.
Ugh. And then Rue will look up at the gentleman. I apologize for my companions. They're very invested in string, as you can tell. One of them, at least.
I've seen it. One of my friends, bottle caps. It's a real problem. So just take care of her, and just move along. Enjoy yourself here, but this is not a string emporium.
Okay. And Rue kind of leans in and looks at them and like nods back down the stairs, just whispers some, guys, you're too forceful. We're gonna have to like figure something else out. Like the fuck.
Jennifer's like, do you have bottle caps? You said bottle caps. Does that mean you have bottle caps? I like bottle caps too.
And Rue just stands there like listening and just like hand to her temple, just, oh, for God's sakes. Get your asses downstairs.
Try to like guide Yennefer with my cape to make it like enticing and moving around. Bottle caps this way. Come follow me, and I'll like try to like walk, like have her like follow me.
And then
Yennefer
Rue,
thinks you're serious, so Yennefer's like, bottle caps, take me to the bottle caps. I need them.
Yeah, Rue leans in and just to like kind of like entice her more, just goes, whispers to Yennefer, hey, maybe if you keep following, there's string down there too. Maybe there's both.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. You gotta go look.
Which way did they direct Yennefer to go? Did they tell her to go downstairs?
I believe so.
Oh, well, Yennefer is going to straight up bolt down the stairs, and when she hits the bottom floor, look around, and then, like, is there anybody she knows down here other than Igori?
In roll me a D100 and high or low. Just say high or low before you roll the D100.
Okay. I know there's a way to roll in.
Yep, just go to the little
20.
dice on the left-hand side, and then just hit D100. Just tell me high or low before you roll it.
Oh,
High or low before you roll it.
Yeah.
Igori's
yeah,
just sitting there on his
I'm trying to
chest,
figure
kicking
out
his
how to do the thing.
I can roll it for you. Just tell me high or low.
Oh, okay. Low.
As you're looking around, there's no one that you see that's really popping out to you of any old acquaintances or anything like that. But with your passive perception, both character names are with this one. Althea and Nevin, you both have a very high passive perception. As you go down the stairs, you pass a man with a looking like a little bit of a heavy sack at his waist. And as he does pass you on the stairs, you see he walks up to the doorman, says something to him. You're pretty far away, so you can't really hear at the moment because you're just in passing, and you see he enters the room.
Okay. And on the way down, noting that too, on the way down, like, do I see anyone like smoking that cigar? Or like just like
you actually
slowly
saw them when
going-
you were all upstairs. When you were all upstairs, you didn't really go into that area, but you saw walking down it, these people over here, they were smoking cigars. And you saw on the table over here, there was a box of cigars.
Okay.
Oh.
And was there like anything about the person who was able to be let in? Like, was there anything distinguishing about them, or it was just like we saw them whisper something and then it was too fast?
You saw they seemed to whisper something, and then they had a pouch of coins that they patted towards the doorman.
Okay.
All right. Well, how does 70-30 towards us split sound, Mr. Gory?
As long as I get to scroll, 70-30 sounds completely fine with me.
All right. And do you happen to know the name of the vessel that sunk down, or where'd you figure out where this one was?
The only knowledge that I had, I don't know the name of the vessel personally, All I have is its last set of coordinates.
Okay. All right.
And the name of the scroll I cannot share with you because while you now know it's in magical power, its name must be kept a secret.
Okay. Roll me one more deception, but you're gonna have advantage because based off you're gonna have advantage based off of the last eye deception roll you did. Because he's hooked, but you know, you're saying some stuff that kind of not adding up. With a 19. All right, okay. The only thing I'm gonna go get one of my associates who'd be probably pretty interested in what you're offering. If you could have like the coordinates ready or a map to where it is, he's a little more skeptical than I am. So he'd want at least a little bit of proof that you have of this sunken vessel. But I'll go grab him and we'll meet back down here.
No worries. So he takes a sip of the water. This is a good glass of water.
And you'll see as the barman, oh excuse me, pardon me, squeezes through you all, heads upstairs and nods, doesn't even do anything, just nods at the man and then walks through the door.
Igori is now like Igori's just like, fuck. I didn't expect that to work. Shit. He's gonna start rummaging through like his scholar's kit, just like anything that he can use to like try and forge, like just anything that might have some resemblance to this tale he has conjured to make it somewhat more believable. Ooh.
Okay.
Jennifer's gonna get swatted soon if she's jumping on people. Like,
I would like to come over here to this guy and talk to him whenever you have a minute.
the halfling gentleman.
Yes.
Hey, hello there. How can I help? Oh, you're just you're an interesting little one there. How goes it? How be it?
Hey, I heard there was string. Where do I get the string?
Oh. Is string a slang word for some type of narco? Do you have string? Do you play with it? Do you cut it up? Do you sniff it? Well, I've never heard of string before, but I'd be interested if you got some string.
I met a man in an alleyway. He was dressed in robes. He told me this was the place to get string. He said the string was behind that door, but I went up to that door and I talked to the big tall guy and asked for string. And he said they didn't have any, but if they don't have any, why are people in alleyways telling me there's string?
I don't know what this string is, but my dear, I believe you may have snorted too much of this here string. And if it gets me half as messed up as you currently seem to be, please could you direct me towards the alley of this tall man with the string?
Well, I mean, the man didn't give me string. He said I had to go buy it, and he said this was the place to buy it. That the string was here, and he said it was behind that door, but the guy at the door says there's no string there. So I thought I'd ask you because you're up here with the fancy people. So I thought maybe you'd know where to get this string.
No, like I said, I've never heard of the string, but my dear, if you're looking to get in that back room, there, I'd highly not recommend. I saw someone get a little bit too tipsy and try to go through one of them doors, and well, they got in after they let him in, but he was a little bit roughed up when he left. So I'd highly recommend someone of your dainty familiar. Please just don't try and go inside there.
Why would they rough me up for trying to buy string? Like, I'm not trying to steal it. I just want to buy it. They're supposed. The man said they have the best string, better than all of the other string I've ever seen, or touched, or smelled. I need it.
I'm starting to think you're talking about actual rope, and I'm sorry, this is not that type of establishment as far as I know. If you're looking for cigars, cocaine, or drinks, this is the place to be.
But no string.
No, I apologize. I thought you were selling me some narcotics, but this conversation seems to be going towards the more fabric variety, which I'm not interested in. I'm sorry, my dear.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bother you. I just, you know how when you have an itch and it's like way down the middle of your back, and like no matter how much you like try to turn around, you can't reach it, and it is 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 and it like it's like that.
Yeah, that's up my nose, and kind of like goes a little.
So
But
I
I
just
completely
you can
understand.
you can understand why I'm a little bit insistent because I need it. Drink.
Okay, and he rotates back to the table, takes a cigar, does a big puff, looks over at the oven man. This small cat is freaking me the hell out. Just takes a big drag. What are you all doing down below?
Small cat. It's freaking me the hell out.
Well, so we saw the bartender go, and I don't see Igori. So can I surmise that he's been talking to the barman, or
Igor's
go
right here.
downstairs? Oh,
Yeah, he's sitting at the bar.
When you came down, Igor was talking to the barman, and the barman headed out afterwards.
oh,
So you
okay.
all
I'm
were
sorry.
downstairs. Igor was talking to the barman. The barman left and headed out and went into the back room.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted with string. So do I see like Igori shifting through his pack? Like, do I know like he told this story? Has he like shared this with anyone, or is he just like kept this to himself?
He has currently kept this all to himself because he didn't realize like Igori had a plan of his own. Igori just went off with his own plan rather than discussing it with anyone. So currently he is rummaging through thinking what can he do to create something to entice to fabricate his story. And I'm wondering if minor illusion could potentially help with that, to fabricate something for a short amount of time, enough to buy him enough conversation time without raising any suspicion.
You will know. You could craft something within a 5-foot cube with minor illusion, but you would want because you are a spellcaster, you would know that just don't let him touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm watching.
Okay.
Watching.
That is
Oh.
perfect. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll say my bit in a moment. Go ahead.
I was gonna talk to you and ask, like, you got the barman to go through the door. What'd you do? How'd you do it?
I just said I'm looking for a set of people with a particular set of skills, because to do what we're doing, you've got to think like the people that we're doing. That came out wrong.
You're very clever. Might I help you with this? I have an idea.
Please share your idea, and I will engage your intelligence off of that. And if not, I have another plan.
Well, I noticed another man beforehand. He had looks like a bulging sack of coin, and maybe if we can make it look like we have lots of money, and I could like do a reading to show that like we have from the stars and from the great Korak that like we have something of interest, because we've consulted the stars. Perhaps together we could convince them we have something of importance.
Well, I have struck a deal with the bartender. If I have split the findings 70-30. If that all goes to plan, and my plan works, we might not need that, but I like that as a backup plan.
Okay. We have backup plan.
It's always good to have backups. Otherwise, you lose a civilization or two. I wouldn't know anything about that though.
Rue's kind of standing there, like listening to them, and like as Igor says this, she kind of like raises an eyebrow, like the fuck.
How do you lose civilization?
Yeah, don't worry about it. As he tries to like, go ahead.
No, you go. Finish up.
I was just gonna say, if he can like sneakily create the minor illusion of this this map with the coordinates on it of the sunken vessel that he somehow managed to lie about, underneath like the bar where he's sitting because he's short enough to get his like hands under the table, and get that ready and prepared.
Okay.
For when,
Nevin, what are you doing walking around the bar?
I'm just looking for like, does anyone seem kind of out of place or peculiar in this setting?
With your passive perception, no one is jumping out, I would say, peculiar, but you do definitely notice as you've all been having these conversations, everybody's been walking around, Igori and Althea have been having this conversation, and Rue's been watching them. You do see that kind of a specific clientele, like looking like sailors, keep walking up the stairs, and as they do, they walk up to the man over there. All of them kind of either having varying levels of a hefty coinage purse, say something to him, and then he lets them in. And you see they leave, but when they leave, they don't have the coin purse anymore.
Am I able to tell what they say to, like, is there some kind of password or something that I'm able to kind of try to determine? Or
If you wanted to, say, follow one of them and roll a perception check to kind of glean as you're walking past upstairs, you definitely could try and do that.
Yeah.
All right. With a 17, you walk up as one of the men go, and you just hear, because you have those large Haragon ears, you pick up on there where the waves crash, and he lets him in.
Okay. Has the I forget what it's called, but the large lion person clocked me yet, or no?
He was distracted by the string addict, and you were pretty chill. So there was the heavy metal Leonin who leaned up against the door, and like, can I just listen in here? And then the cat obsessing over the string. So I would say you're probably pretty low on the list of things to pay attention to.
So yeah, I think I'd sneak back down and try to like subtly gather everyone else and tell them about what I'd just seen and heard.
So I'll let Nevin tell you all that. You can all react, and then, but you do see that the bartender, I'll place him here as Nevin heads back to your group. You'll see the bartender and rough and tumble gentleman starting to come down with him down the stairs.
Before he does that, do I know like Igori's gonna, like, knowing that Igori's gonna talk to the bartender about this deal, could I just say a prayer over him before they come down, or is it too late?
No, that's what I said. The barman and the thug currently, the barman and the sketchy looking individual are both coming down the stairs as the cat just runs past them. This cat's gonna get kicked so quick.
Yeet.
Trying to make my cloak enticing and it's not working.
Well, it's a cloak. It's not string.
It's made of many strings. It should count.
I agree.
So you can do whatever you're going to want to do. Nevin, if you want to say whatever you want to say. You all do have a moment as you see them kind of conversing back and forth, heading your direction down the stairs.
Okay, so if Igor will let me, I will cast guidance on him.
Yep, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Cool.
And Nevin, do you tell them anything?
Yeah, I would kind of just tell them what I had seen and heard.
So they go up, coin purse. They come down. Shit's rocked and no coin purse. What?
Where the waves crash
Well,
seems to be the best
he
word.
did say that we have business, so I'm assuming people are coming with large sacks of gold for their business and giving it, and then because they've left, they've had their business. So maybe can we like make it look like we have lots of gold?
So we gotta look like we're rich and
Yes.
have lots of money.
Yes.
Look, don't blow this for me and Eloise. I've got a plan. They already think they're gonna get paid. Have that as a backup.
Oh,
The
okay,
barman
fantasy
stops
man.
the cat.
Anyways,
The barman stops the cat. The barman stops the cat.
fucking
Looks at you. Does
Abort.
like the waiting for the silver.
abort mission.
Oh,
Abort mission.
oh, she pays him another silver.
Oh
Okay.
no.
And he will let you back up.
Oh man.
The bartender goes back around the bar, and the rough and tumble individual takes a seat down beside Igori. So I was informed that you have some type of business proposition, a map or coordinates to a sunken vessel with you're interested in a powerful scroll, and we would get. I heard a 7:30 split, but also it kind of sounds like you don't care if we just take all the rest.
Well, I'm not a very materialistic man. I'm more focused on the arcane arts because I am a renowned wizard. Perhaps you've heard of me. I am Igori Fizzlestein, and I seek to be. Well, I already am, but I seek to be even better. And so, materialistic things such as treasure hold no value to me unless it's magical. Hence, why this scroll is so important compared to whatever other treasures were sunken down below the sea.
The Igori Fizzlestein. Yes. Yep. Heard that one near and far. So you're saying there's a sunken ship.
Correct, sir.
And if you don't, I'd like to see where this ship may be. Where the ship may exactly be located. See how long it's going to take us for the trip. See if it's something worth our while. Got some coordinates. Got a map.
Igori is gonna pull his hands from underneath the bar and hold up this illusioned created map in his hands, and he's gonna be like, "This is the map, but I'm afraid you cannot touch it, for I am already cursed. The scroll was overlooked by a powerful warlock, and unfortunately, I delved too deep in my search of knowledge. And I am now stricken with a curse that comes out at night. And I cannot. I've already lost someone dear to me by. It's just painful. They.
Deception. You do have redemption for advantage, and you do have guidance on this one. As he's reaching up, he looks at the bartender. The bartender looks at him, and they both have like a look of a little bit of hesitancy.
Oh man.
Okay, you can use your advantage if you want.
I will use the advantage. 10's pretty low even with the +4.
Oh.
It's a D4. It's not +4.
It's a D. Oh, it's a D4.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a D4.
Oh, okay. No, I will use my advantage in this case.
Okay.
Oh man.
You got 12
Okay,
and you got
so
D4.
then-
So let's see.
then a
Let's see what
Okay.
a 14 kind of looks at you. D20 for intelligence check. Looks at you, stares for a while, puts out his hand very quickly to touch the map, as you can see the haziness going through it.
Oh.
I may not be known to be the smartest tool in this tool shed, but I'm not a complete dum-dum. Curses and everything like that, they happen, but
Well, I'm not going to show
can
you
see
the
that
actual
sometime.
map. This is an exact copy that I created. Like I said, I don't want anybody to get inflicted.
now I'm telling you right now, that story, I don't believe you. I don't believe there's any type of curse or anything. I don't know what you're trying to hide from us or pull on me and my crew, but I ain't buying it.
Oh.
Look, I'll be honest, it's a secret. I can't share all the details. That's why I had to use this version of the map compared to the actual map. And you said you've heard of me. I'm Igori. I invented the question mark. I invented many other things in my magical findings.
You lie, I lie, we all get caught in lies, okay? So, unless there's something tangible that you all can get me interested on, a piece of actual things I can inform, then I'm sorry, but maybe our business here is done.
Yeah.
With